all you brothers and Laurence Fishburne, you are all doing your part in even telling stories like this, because it is about making us aware. Those of us who didn't know about Bronzeville and places like that had existed in the past, that we can get back to that and we can tell those stories, remind our kids, and pass it down. I think that is one of the things. So bravo to you. And you're right. It's definitely one of those things. You guys are well equipped with all the things to make it like your favorite show if you just weren't watching the television. I
don't mean, because it's part of, I think it's part of also of our duties as artists and creatives in the industry, as entertainers. Just, part of our duty is to tell the stories that aren't being told in the way that we want to tell them. And the podcast, this audio series, is unique because we actually went to the original idea was going to be a movie or a television series. But when Laurence Fishburne's company and our company, we went to all the major networks. We went to everybody, and we was like, listen, we want to do this great show about this family and people who came from the South and how they made it and they thrived. And yeah, there was some racketeering, there was some gangster stuff happening, absolutely. But the bigger picture was, sustainability, that we ain't got to go and, with our hands out to, and when we went to these networks, we went to all the majors, and they saw myself and Laurence Fishburne come in. We had the writer, we had the directors, we had everything was set up and was going. They loved the idea, but they said, we don't think that there's going to be an audience for a story like this. It's a period piece. It takes place in the 1930s and the 40s. We're just not really sure, but we like Boardwalk Empire is doing well, and Peaky Blinders, all these other shows are doing well, and they said in the 1800s or 1900s. What's the difference? And I said, well, I'll tell y'all what the biggest difference is. Black folks ain't running away from white people. We ain't in chains and running. You know what I'm saying? And white people ain't got their foot on our neck in this story. We ain't talking about it. Because there were times where my grandmother and grandfather, who worked hard, wasn't really dealing with the racial tension all the time because they was around all their own people.
That's true.
They thrived. They worked hard. They did the thing. Family was first. That was important. They got dressed. They had cool little fly things. They did stuff. And we know what that was like. We know we have a social issues in this country, and we've always had it that way. But what is the other thing? How do we continue to walk around with smiles on our faces and do things and overcome all these boundaries and these pitfalls that we have had set up for us? And we want to tell those stories, but the networks didn't want to get behind it. Straight up and down. They came up with we've been working on this since 2003. So when the opportunity for us to do an audio series was like, yo, this is great. We're still going to do it. So the first season came out in 2017, and we got, since then, we've had over 20 million downloads of the series.
Okay, so with that, do you think because of the success of season 1 and you're going into season 2, do you think networks would now be interested, number one? And is that an interest of all of you?
Yes, the answer is yes on all of it. Part of one, getting the entertainment out and the story out to the public, and there was an audience for us. There is an audience for it, and because how we have to do things in our industry, numbers speak volume. So as we were working on season 2. That's why it's taking so long for us to, drop this, because we do have it set up. We have it set up with a studio and a network. So it will be ultimately a TV series, yes. But right now, in the meantime, between time, we wanted to still give our listeners something really special. So season 2 is a continuation from season 1. Season 1 had 10 episodes. This season, we have 6 episodes. We want to keep it sweet short, concise, but really powerful, impactful, and it's strong. The performances are incredible. And when you listen to it, whether you're on your treadmill, you got 30 minutes and you want to listen to some great entertainment, our show is dope. It's the one to